I have a technique that I call dialoguing with the departed, where I
Mm,
actually show, well, first I have to help you create a state of receptivity because you don't need to be a medium or a channeler or a psychic. We're all born with the ability to connect with spirit. We just have to learn how to turn on that channel in our brains.
exactly.
So I have a whole chapter where I show you how to create a state of receptivity, with exercises and special meditations for making contact. Then I have a chapter on how to recognize the signs because they're everywhere. We just don't
Mhm.
realize spirit is constantly reaching out to us through what I call open vessels. That's people, animals who are open. They're reaching out to us through what I call earthly props, machines, electronic devices, and
Mm.
that we can use the open vessels and the earthly props to actually dialogue. So that's what's so special here is that after you're in a state and you're open, you're very open, I
Right.
show you how to dialogue back and forth and to do this until you've resolved whatever it is. So one of the things that you would dialogue with your sister about is where you didn't understand her and there was that little bit of a rift. Now there's complete understanding. You
Yeah.
connect with her in an even better way because the thing that's so cool is one of my patients said, I wish my mother would hurry up and die so we could finally work this out because, because in spirit form, they're more evolved. They
Yes.
see the mistakes they made. They're in a much better position to work things out with you, much better than when they lived in a body. And I learned this the week after Jean left his body. And I go to my local garage, right, to get the car fixed. But I wasn't doing the car thing. Jean did it. So they didn't know me. And the lady behind the counter, her name's Debbie. I say, hi, my husband just died of a bee sting. And she says, I'm a widow too. Well, that's all she had to say to me. Whoa, now I'm hearing her deceased husband telling me, he's like banging down my door to get through to her. Tell her to stop making the same mistakes that I made with our son. So clearly, he needed to be in spirit form to realize where he was screwing up. Then he
Right.
proceeds to tell me what she's doing that's wrong. And she says, yes, that is what I'm doing. So it just gave me such an eye opener. Wow, we hurry up and die so we can finally work this out and understand each other better. How great,
Right. Now, this
And
all begs the question because in my intro of you, I talked about moving on. Now, if we're reconnecting
you're
with,
not moving on. I don't even believe in that anymore because what I realize is it would be like saying, people say, well, doesn't this stop you from moving on with your life? What does that mean? Our hearts are made to love. We're not supposed to live in an emotional wasteland, disconnected from the people we love, disconnected from the people we hate, that we have unfinished business with. Our relationships continue. Relationships don't end in death. And we wouldn't say to a mother, well, how can you have a second child? You already had one. How can you love another, right? You'd
right,
never say that. Our hearts are made to love. We have enough room in our hearts to love the people who walk the earth, to love the people who walk in spirit. We have
right.
room for everybody.